Hello class 9th, we are discussing Peninsular Plateau of India. The Great Peninsular Plateau lies to the south of the Great Plains and is the oldest landmass of India. It is triangular in shape and the river Narmada divides it into two parts, the Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau. The Central Highlands we have discussed in our previous video. Now today we will discuss about the Deccan Plateau.
If you observe the shape of the plateau on the map, you will see that it is a triangular landmass lying to the south of the Narmada. The broad base of this triangle is in the north and the narrow tip of the triangle is in the south. The Satpura range borders this base in the north. On its eastern side, it has the Mahadev Hills, the Kaimur Hills, and the Maikal Range. The Deccan Plateau is higher in the west and slopes gently eastwards.
The Deccan Plateau, its slope is higher in the west and here in east it is little lesser slopey. Okay, means gentle slope. It is the largest unit of Peninsular Plateau. Okay, because Peninsular Plateau is divided into two parts, the Central Highlands and Deccan Plateau. Okay, so Deccan Plateau is the largest unit.
In the northeast is an extension of the plateau called the Meghalaya and Karbi Anglong Plateau. It is believed that due to the force exerted by the movement of the Indian plate at the time of the formation of the Himalayas, a huge fault was created.
Fault means break in the earth crust. So that time a fault was created and that is why this is broken. This Deccan Plateau is broken. The eastern extension means the which is broken, and here you can see the plain area also, which is shown here in the green color. This green color okay, this is the fault.
This fault demarcates the Meghalaya and Karbi Anglong Plateau from the Chota Nagpur Plateau. There are three prominent hill ranges on the northeastern side of the plateau. As you move from east to west, you can see the Garo Range, the Khasi Ranges, and the Jaintia Hill. Moving southwards over the Deccan Plateau, you will observe that it is bordered by Western Ghats on the west and the Eastern Ghats on the east.
Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. Okay, these ghats are parallel to the coastal line. See, coastal line is different. Eastern coast, along with the eastern coast, Eastern Ghat is there. Okay, and along with the western coast, Western Ghats are there. So please do not get confused. Coastal line is different and ghats are different.
If you compare the ranges on both the sides of the Deccan Plateau, you will see a number of interesting differences. The Western Ghats lie parallel to the western coast. They are continuous and can be crossed through passes only. For example, the Thal Ghat and the Bhor Ghat passes act as links between the interiors of the Deccan Plateau and Mumbai. Another pass, the Palghat Gap, found on the Kerala-Tamil Nadu border, serves as a major communication route between the two states. The Eastern Ghats stretch from the Mahanadi Valley to the Nilgiris in the south.
See, Western Ghats we have completed. Now we are moving towards Eastern Ghat. Eastern Ghat is stretched till Mahanadi Valley. Okay. And this is the Eastern Ghat.
Unlike the Western Ghats, the Eastern Ghats are discontinuous and irregular.
Discontinuous means which is broken, which is not continuous. See, here you can see it is broken. Here you can see it is broken, means it is not continuous. So Western Ghats are more continuous in comparison of Eastern Ghats.
They are interspersed with several rivers that drain into the Bay of Bengal. These rivers are the Godavari, the Mahanadi, the Krishna, and the Kaveri.
These are the four major rivers which flow in the Eastern Ghats, okay, and which falls into the Bay of Bengal. Only Narmada and Tapi are two rivers which falls into Arabian Sea. Okay, in India, only Narmada and Tapi only are two rivers which falls into Arabian Sea, and rest all the rivers which falls into Bay of Bengal. And these are the four major rivers which flow in Eastern Ghats.
Let's now compare the heights of the two ranges. The average elevation of the Western Ghats is 900 to 1600 meters. On the other hand, the Eastern Ghats have an average elevation of about 600 meters.
Elevation means height, means uncha. So Western Ghats are comparatively more elevation, whereas Eastern Ghats have lesser elevation.
Only. Thus, the Western Ghats are taller than the Eastern Ghats. The height of the Western Ghats progressively increase from north to south. The highest peaks include the Annaimudi Peak, which is 2,695 meters tall, and the Dodda Beta Peak, which is 2,637 meters tall. Compare.
जैसे जैसे साउथ में जाएंगे, जो हाइट है वो घाट्स की और इंक्रीज होती जाती है. ओके, ये यहाँ पे अन्नामुड़ी ये ज़्यादा इसकी हाइट है कंपैरेटिवली डोडा बेटा के. ओके.
To this, the highest peak in the Eastern Ghats is the Mahendragiri Peak at 1,501 meters. The Shevaroy Hills and the Javadhi Hills are located to the southeast of the Eastern Ghats. The Shevaroy Hills are famous for thriving coffee plantations, pears, oranges, and bananas. Yerghat, a famous hill station, is also a part of Shevaroy Hills. The Javadhi Hills are one of the largest ranges of Eastern Ghats. The map shows the location of some of the famous hill stations of this region.
One more important fact, children. We have already discussed about northern mountains. Okay, means some students can think that mountains are only in the northern side. Okay, means towards Nepal or towards the northern direction of India, but hills are also there towards the western ghats and eastern ghats. Okay, though they are not that much height, that much tall, but hills are there, means hill stations are there. Okay,
Mandalam or Ooty and Kodaikanal. An interesting feature of the Western Ghats is orographic rainfall. Orographic rainfall is caused when a range of mountains intercepts rain-bearing monsoon winds. The Western Ghats intercept the westerly monsoon winds, forcing these winds to deposit most of their rain in the windward side, which is the western side.
विंडवर्ड साइड वो होती है जिधर की रेन होती है, जिधर बारिश होती है. ठीक है, मीन्स जो हिल होती है, हिल का वो वाला पार्ट जिस तरफ रेन हो रही है, और जो हिल के जो अनादर साइड है जहाँ पे कि रेन नहीं हो रही है, ठीक है, वहाँ पे ड्राई एरिया होगा. बट विंडवर्ड साइड में क्या होगा, वो वहाँ पे रेनफॉल होगी. ओके, तो वहाँ पे ग्रीनरी ज़्यादा होगी, वो ज़्यादा फर्टाइल होगा वो एरिया. ओके,
Therefore, the area of the Deccan Plateau to the east of the Ghats receives very little rainfall. The Western Ghats are known in different regions by different names. For example, people in Maharashtra refer to the Western Ghats as the Konkan coast, while those in Kerala refer to them as the Malabar coast. One of the distinct features of the Peninsular Plateau is the black soil area, known as the Deccan Trap. The Deccan Trap is of volcanic origin. Did you know the volcanic beds of the Deccan Plateau were formed in the massive Deccan Trap's eruptions about 66 million years ago? The igneous rocks found in the region clearly indicate the volcanic origin of the Deccan Plateau.
बिकॉज igneous rocks volcanic erosion से ही बनती है, तो डेक्कन ट्रैप में igneous rocks are found. Okay,
The black soil in the plateau was formed as these igneous rocks denuded over time. These were the two broad divisions of the Peninsular Plateau. But before we complete the discussion on the Peninsular Plateau, let's take a look at its northwestern margins. On the western and northwestern margins of the plateau, you will find the Aravalli Hills, one of the oldest ranges in the world. The Aravalli Hills extend from Gujarat to Delhi in a southwest to northeast direction. This range once had extremely tall hills. However, millions of years of weathering eroded them, and they are now broken hill forms.